Not everything your parents told you or you learn on the internet is true. There are some myths you should stop believing right now. And if you like the video, click the subscribe button and in the comments tell us what other things should we stop believing right now? And for some extra fun, find our mascot Ned hiding throughout the video. Way to go, negative calories! In recent years, we have heard of different foods that are called negative calories. The concept indicates that there are foods that burn more in the digestion process than the amount of calories it gives. So when you eat it, you're supposed to get skinnier, right? At the top of the chart, we have celery and apples. Both have lots of water and fiber and little sugar, so it makes sense that you will lose some weight. But I know mixing apples with caramel or maybe peanut butter with celery, well, no weight loss there, of course. Now, going back to the topic. There is no scientific evidence that proves the theory is right. There is higher burning of calories than with other foods, but it does not get you to 100% plus caloric burn. For many other reasons, celery is a wonderful food, just like apples, but they're not really a negative calorie food. Different colors of chocolate. There are different colors of chocolate, and there are 4 different flavors. Chocolate derives from the cacao trees, a luscious and meaty fruit with darker seeds inside. The drying and fermentation and finally roasting of its seeds is where the cocoa comes from. Different types of chocolate come from the mixture of cocoa, sugar, and the fat from the cocoa seeds called cocoa butter. We have dark chocolate, semi-dark, milk chocolate, and many delicious more. The key ingredient in the chocolate is the cocoa. White chocolate is not real chocolate, does not have cocoa, and therefore does not qualify. It's a mixture of cocoa butter mixed with sugar, and that's about it. Can't teach a dog new tricks. We have been told for ages that older dogs cannot learn, but sure they can. Just give them lots of practice sessions with rewards, whether it be food or walk. And soon, your old friend will be as well behaved as any youngster. The phrase comes not from older senior dogs, but from stubborn people who are not willing to learn. Pimple Me Chocolate. As teenagers, if you were like many, your face was like an open gravel road. Pimples and blackheads were the #1 concern, and it probably felt like it was never going to end. But what caused that? Research indicated that it had to do with hormones as they are adapting to all the rapid changes occurring in your body. No shocking discovery there, but how about food? I am sure you heard your mom once or twice said that you should stop eating chocolate so you don't get any pimples. Chocolate has been blamed for so many health issues, including cavities. Well, there is no evidence of chocolate and skin issues. Instead, pimples come from the grease produced by the skin blocking the pores. So what your mom told you was right about washing your face at night before going to bed. No kissing the frog. This is another one I am sure you have heard in the past. When getting too comfy with an animal that's being a dog, cat, or a frog. As kids, many of us like to go to the river and try to catch frogs and toads as they hop their way to safety from our greedy little hands. And then we have fairy tales, where kissing an animal will turn them into, yes, you know it, a frog into a prince. Now, our parents never told us to kiss the frog, but they may have told you that touching a toad will give you warts. Warts are actually not transferable from one species to another. You cannot get your dog's warts, and neither the toads. Warts are due to a papillomavirus, so don't encourage your kids to grab frogs, but you can now breathe easier, knowing no warts is coming your way. Don't fluffy up the age. We have been told forever that dogs age 7 years for every human calendar year, so your Fluffy will be about 7 years old even if you had had him for just a year. This makes sense until you start comparing dogs with one another. A larger dog seems to age slowly at first, extending those puppy years longer, but then, at the age of 5 or 6, they are considered elderly. On the other hand, little dogs are not seniors until about the age of 10. French me up some bread. There are many food items that we identified from some particular region or another, like Swedish meatballs or French toast. In this case, the Swedish meatballs are from the Scandinavian region, but French toast? Well, the story goes that in the olden times, no food was to be wasted, so a dry piece of bread was to be revived by soaking it with milk and eggs. Therefore, French toast, as we know it, it's actually called in many parts of the world pain perdu, which actually means lost bread. It became very popular in the Middle Ages, and its earlier reference dates as far back as Rome during the 4th century. Blind as a... Yep, that sentence ends with a myth that should be busted. Bats have evolved to hunt for prey, especially at dusk. Many of the bats that you may be familiar with are smaller and hunt their prey using echolocation. That means sending sound to measure the size and distance of an object. There are other bats that are larger, like the flying foxes of Australia, that hunt fish and small animals mixed with some fruits and flower nectars. But even though both kinds of bats have different hunting styles and have adapted to their environment, they both can see even during the day and are not blind. Green with strength. Remember when you were a kid and cartoons taught you all kinds of things, like how to be kind, brush your teeth, and in Popeye's case, how to eat spinach to be strong? Your parents wanted you to believe this and hence enjoyed telling you to eat spinach so you could be as strong as Popeye. But they were fooled too. In the 1870s, there was a typo during a writing on a scientific paper about spinach. It was 1 decimal too many, making spinach 10 times stronger and higher in iron than it actually is. Well, working out and doing weight training, that does the trick. Spinach will give you energy, but only by working out will you get Popeye's strength. Number 2, the memory of an elephant. There are many animals in the animal kingdom that we have been told have great memories. Elephants are great examples. They can remember where a graveyard of a long-gone relative is and will travel long distances to visit. We also know about birds migrating and remembering the location of their nests several thousand miles away. So no need for GPS for them. But how about your goldfish? We have been told that goldfish only remember 3 seconds, but according to research, the opposite is true. Goldfish can actually remember things from as far as a year later. There have been studies of goldfish where researchers have taught them to do the limbo, play fetch, and even soccer. So next time you're going to feed Bubbles, always feed him at the same time. Your little friend will start to anticipate the feeding. The sobering truth. You probably have gone to a bar and seen lots of people having a great time. Some may be dancing and drinking, and some may just be doing the latter. But the challenge begins after the drinking ends and the sobering begins. Some people like to mix all kinds of remedies to solve the issue. One of them is coffee. It has been a widespread tale that coffee helps to sober up someone, but the caffeinated truth is that it does not work. Pumping coffee into your system to solve the issue ends up getting you wide awake and still not sober. Remember to click the bell icon after you subscribe so you can get instant notifications of all of our new videos. Myths debunked. What other amazing things should we explore? Let me know and click the like button. Thank you for watching.